Do you often find that people around you seem richer than you? They are driving nice cars, going to expensive restaurants, taking that exotic vacation, but over here you are just feeling the pinch when you just buy a $5 cup of coffee. Do you feel that? Is that you? Well, I think that's actually rather common, and you can be assured to know that I feel the same as you as well. But if we think about it, are these people really richer than us? Could it be they're actually spending every single cent that they get from their income and not saving and investing for their future? Well, what then is an appropriate amount to spend from your monthly income, and how much should you be saving and investing in your future? All coming right up in today's video. Hey everyone, what is up? My name is Ryan. If you are new to this channel, we talk about personal finance and self-development topics on a regular basis. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel as this is the kind of content that interests you. So for today, I want to be talking to you about how much of your monthly income should you be spending and how much of your income should you be saving and investing for the future. I will share with you a popular concept called the 50-30-20 rule and also share with you what I myself personally use. So make sure you stay till the end of the video to check it out for yourself. Before we get started, I want to share with you a very interesting concept from the book The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason to help you shape your thinking. Basically, this concept says that if you want to be rich, you have to always remember to pay yourself first. Well, so what does this mean? Now, imagine if you have a $3,000 income and you spend maybe all $3,000 on your accommodation, food, transportation, basic necessity, etc. Basically, at the end of the month, you would have transferred all the income that you have earned from your hard work and put it into somebody else's pocket. And when that happens, you're not paying yourself. You're not taking that money to put it into your savings or investment and keeping it for yourself for your future use. All your income you have paid to somebody else, transfer it to somebody else's pocket. So in essence, you have not paid yourself, and actually you have kind of been a slave working hard for somebody else's pocket. So what you should be doing is save a portion of your income and invest it to generate passive income for yourself. You can use it for rainy days in future, for emergencies, or when the event that you can no longer work. This way you would have paid yourself for the work that you have done and not just simply transfer all your income to somebody else's pocket. So if there's only one thing you can remember from today's video, remember this. Make sure you pay yourself first and do not become a slave to somebody else. Already learning something new? Make sure you smash the like button below for the YouTube algorithm and I'll really appreciate it. The next question you'll be asking is then, how much should you be paying yourself? The short answer is as much as possible. But of course life isn't as simple as that. So there is a popular concept called the 50-30-20 rule to help us bucket our monthly income. Divide your income into 3 buckets: needs, wants, and save. The needs bucket would be allocated 50% of your income. The wants bucket will be allocated 30% of your income, and the save bucket will be the remaining 20% of your income. Needs refers to things that you absolutely need, such as your mortgage payment, insurance payments, bill payments, transportation, food, etc. It should take up no more than 50% of your income. So at this point, I know it's tempting for you to put something that you don't really need into the needs bucket, such as your favorite omakase sushi, or maybe this beautiful gaming chair that I just bought. But they do not belong to your needs bucket at all. In fact, these things belongs to your wants bucket, which is the next bucket that we're going to talk about. So the wants bucket should take up no more than 30% of your income. Wants include things like your dream vacation, your expensive cars, your branded fashion accessories, your expensive restaurant meals, etc. Items in this bucket are usually more tempting and desirable, so make sure you are more self-disciplined and keep this to no more than 30% of your income. If not, you would have transferred all your money and income into somebody else's pocket again. The last bucket is your savings and investment bucket. This should be at least 20% of your income. Money in this bucket will be put into savings and investments to help you generate more passive income in future. Initially, this amount will be really small, but over time it would have the snowballing effect and this amount will start to become more significant. I know what some of you are thinking. If this is the save bucket, can I then be saving for my expensive luxury car, my dream vacations in this bucket, and use the money in this bucket to finance these wants that I have? The answer is no. This is savings for investments only. Now let's not kid ourselves, because if we do this, then we will see all our income transferred to somebody else's pocket again. So this is the 50-30-20 rule. Well, I know what some of you may be thinking. If I keep to this ratio, how am I ever going to afford the expensive apartment, my dream car, the exotic vacation that I've been dreaming about? Well, the answer is simple. You have to increase your income. Keeping to this ratio would motivate you to upskill yourself so that you become more valuable and can generate more income for yourself. It also serves as a great reward for whenever you see your income increase, you can now spend more money on your wants and your needs. So like I promised in the beginning of the video, I will share with you what I myself personally use to manage my monthly income. For me, I do use a similar model to the 50-30-20 rule, but my ratios are very different. As you may know from my previous video, I have set out a goal for myself to retire as early as I can. If you have not checked out the video, I'll be providing a link in the description below, so make sure you check it out. So for my ratios, I have a very heavy emphasis on the investment and save bucket. My ratio looks something like this. 35% for my needs and wants, 65% for my save and invest. For me, I don't have two separate buckets for my needs and wants. Whatever is left over after my needs automatically become my wants. So this forces me to be more prudent with my daily expenses. I know that whatever I save from my needs bucket goes into my wants bucket. So I do not feel so bad or restricted about myself whenever I have to save. You don't have to follow what I do. In fact, I would recommend you to derive your own bucket ratios. For a start, I recommend you to monitor your expenses for a good 3 to 6 months. This way, you get to know how much you really need into your needs and your wants bucket. From there, lock in the ratios and keep to it consistently every month. Your future self will thank you for that. To help you even further, I want to share with you one trick that I personally use. When I get started, I realized it is extremely hard to keep to the buckets. Over time, it's going to take so much effort from you that you will not want to keep to your bucketing anymore. For those of you who know me, you will know that I'm actually a very self-disciplined person. So even for someone like me, I find it difficult to keep to these buckets. So trust me, you do not want to leave the destiny of your money to your willpower. So instead, what I do is I set up different bank accounts for my different buckets. And at the start of every month, I automatically set up a standing order with my bank to transfer the income into these different buckets accordingly. This way, bucketing is done automatically and you do not have to rely on your willpower. Because trust me, your willpower will not be there for you all the time. My credit cards and my ATM cards are only linked to my expenses account. And this way, I will only spend money from my expenses account. I see my expenses account as my pocket money every month, and I get to spend all of it every month without feeling guilty because I know my savings and investments are already properly taken care of. Another advantage of having different bank accounts for your different bucket is it helps you see money more clearly. Let me use a real life example to illustrate this to you. My girlfriend only has one bank account like most of us. So initially when she first started working, her bank account balance was very small and she was really prudent with her spendings. For example, imagine you only have $2,000 in your bank account. Spending $200 seems quite a lot and you will definitely think twice about it. So as a capable woman, my girlfriend has a high paying job and over time she quickly amassed quite a large bank balance in her bank account. So now, imagine you have $200,000 in your bank account. It feels like a lot of money, right? All of a sudden, spending $500, spending $1,000, all of a sudden doesn't feel like it's a lot anymore. You'll be much more willing to spend. And so that's exactly what happened to my girlfriend. Over time, she sees that her spending has grown up quite drastically compared to before. On the other hand, if this $200,000 is in your investment or retirement savings account instead of your spending account, all of a sudden, this $200K doesn't seem a lot anymore. In fact, you want to think, I better cut down on my expenses because I want to grow this $200,000 further. You see how bucketing your money can send your brain a very different signal? It's a very powerful tool. Use it to your advantage. Don't leave managing your money to your willpower. It's too difficult. Alright, so that's the end of today's video. If you have learned something new, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you are interested in more personal finance and self-development content coming right up. Alright, I'll talk to you soon.